It seems that every time we become accustomed to the guidelines placed by the authorities come out with a new set of guidelines that limit us even more in what we can do and places that we can go. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 39. But we are not of those who draw back to perdition, but of those who believe to the saving of the soul. The writer of Hebrews in verses 35 through 39 is taking the subject of faith to the next level. He is encouraging the recipient of this book to remember the days that they had compassion on him because he was in chains, and challenges the listener to not lose confidence and maintain the endurance needed to finish the Christian walk strong. He then says in verse 39 that we are not people who will draw back to perdition, or in other words, when we are facing major setbacks or even destruction, we will not draw back. But we believe in heaven, a place that will be much better than we can imagine. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. As we dive deeper into the scriptures, we see how they intertwine with each other. The writer of Proverbs is offering the piece of wisdom of not trusting our own knowledge or our own understanding, but acknowledge the Lord God, and he will direct our paths. As many of you already know, I am very directionally challenged. Some of you can go different ways to different places with no problems at all. But me, once I have a route in my mind, I stick to that route and not deviate from it. Or I will put the destination in my GPS, and I will follow that GPS turn by turn without deviating from it. Even though there are some times that I feel like I know a shortcut, I will still stick with the directions on the GPS. We need to be willing to let the Lord guide our steps. By faith, we must know that he knows best, even if it doesn't seem right at the time. Remember, the war with Satan has already been won. We just have to keep fighting the battles and looking to the scriptures for the best way to defeat the foe that is at hand. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 reads, "And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose." This is a verse that we tend to look to when times are hard, when we are having a difficult time making decisions, and we just can't seem to find the right answer. This is one of those times. At this time of uncertainty, the church is finding a way not to back down at this time of adversity, but to continue to try to advance. We are advancing through our faith and trust in the Lord. Through his wisdom will guide us in the right direction, and with understanding that as long as we stay faithful to him and his word, everything will work together for good and according to his purpose. We may not be able to see the good result for a period of time, but we can be assured that it is coming.